And of course, welcome back. And we're not far. We're in Gauteng Province. We're outside the main SABC building here in Auckland Park. But thank you so much. I must just first acknowledge our viewers who are really getting into the spirit of launching our Make Happy Happen and Follow the Sun campaign here on Morninglive.
We have to. And you know what? The reality is we've got to set the tone, because I know it's been a tough year. I know that every single one of us have a story to tell, or a few stories to tell about this year. But the reality is that we're entering into the festive season and we're starting to plan our holidays. Oh, I'm sure they're planned already. And we want to join in that fun. There is so much to offer in South Africa, and we want to showcase it in the best possible way we can. But I love the way we launch. Whenever we launch this campaign, it's freezing. I don't understand the concept of this.
What's freezing?
I don't know about you, but I got goosebumps and I'm frozen.
It's summer.
Maybe this is the start.
It's summer. It's summer.
Oh, okay, okay.
Even the Premier came out. And the swallows followed him as he came out.
We asked him to test his mic, and all he could say was, Morocco swallow, Morocco swallow.
That's my passion. That's my love.
I'm so glad you're with us. Thank you
so
for
much.
joining
Thanks
us
for
this morning.
Invite, Sakina. Are you well?
I am great, Premier.
Are you good?
I'm really good. I'm glad where
One
we
day
are
we'll all
right
be
now.
fine. One day
So
we'll
let's
all
talk about tourism in the Gauteng Province. Of course, smallest province, but we make for massive numbers in the overall context of the country. So we told that we're looking at around 3 million tourists to come through this particular province, and maybe they end up elsewhere, but this is where they start. So how important is tourism for the Gauteng government?
It is, Sakin. Actually, we are targeting to net almost 6.5 billion across our areas in the province during this period. And there are two challenges, you're right. The first challenge is that we get so many people coming here. But unfortunately, they don't stay here. They go to other destinations. And the second biggest challenge is that we have so many people migrating during December, going to other areas. So our tourism strategy is to ensure that we keep them here. We've just launched something exciting. That's the future of tourism in Gauteng with the University of Witwatersrand, together with Anglo American. I want to thank them heartily for their investment. We've developed something that is beautiful.
The planetarium.
Yes.
You've got to invite us to see
amazing.
This. Yeah,
It's amazing. Within 3 seconds, you can be up there in the sky and see all these things that are happening there. It's the new biggest tourist attraction that we have just launched in Gauteng. So I can't wait. It's exciting.
Is it open now, or is it opening 2025?
We've launched it, so they're still fine-tuning one or two things.
Okay, just to get it out there.
So it's going to be. But it's the next biggest thing in the Southern Hemisphere. No one can beat us with that beautiful thing that we've just launched. And I want to thank VETS for the hard work, and Anglo American. It was done during within time, within budget, which is something that government should learn.
That's fantastic.
And of course, if we look at tourism's contribution to GDP, we're told by 2030 it would stand at around 10%. So it's no mean feat that, we need to actually bump up those numbers, because it's low-hanging fruit, so to speak.
It is. But also our team need to be creative. I mean, we've got sporting events that we really believe we need to bid for. We've just finalized an agreement with the minister, Gauteng McKenzie, to bring the F1 here, which is going to be big. It's huge numbers there. We also want to showcase our malls. I really believe we have beautiful malls as a province. We just need to ensure that we promote them. And I said to the team, I'm tired of having old advertisement when you advertise Johannesburg or Gauteng. We need to bring new, exciting things that have developed. And hopefully we'll attract the numbers. We still have the big five in our province as well. We just have to do. We still have places that we believe in around Mahalis, which are still in Gauteng, that we still need to promote so hard. And Nazareth, there's something that they've been working on. I don't want to spill the beans now. That will be very exciting about our Liberation Hawk, so that those former leaders that have departed this world, we can honor them in something that is exciting. But the biggest, this one excites me, Lian and Sakina, G20 Heads of State Summit. It's coming right here in Gauteng. We are taking the chairmanship now on the 1st of December. We have to educate South Africans about that G20. That's the huge or biggest market that we can tilt our tourism investment and bring.
And all of these things are absolutely amazing. And one thing I'm gathering from you is Gauteng tourism is experience-based. You know, you come here, you want an experience. Yep. You need to have different aspects of tourism. And I love the idea of the shopping malls. I mean, when you look at sort of at the UAE and how they promote themselves and get tourists in there, because many of the malls here in Johannesburg, you know, these are malls that you do not find elsewhere on the continent.
Indeed,
and people come here and they do shop. However, and I'm going to bring the tone down a little bit, because safety and security is a massive issue. And there's no way we can ignore it, because tourism and safety come hand in hand.
Yeah.
How do we help this? Yes, we know you'll help when the G20 leaders come here. That goes without say. But for the rest of us and for tourists coming in.
Len, it's something that I must be honest, I've said it many times, I'm saying it now. If I have sleepless nights, it's the level of crime.
Yeah.
It's uncontrollable, and I doubt we have the strategies and the plans that can excite me to say, at least you are turning the corner. I'm still trying to bring SAPS, private security companies, law enforcement agencies, our intelligence community under one roof so that we can plan together about this matter. But it's very difficult because it's a highly legislated arena. You know, Ekurhuleni will say, we are around the airport. GMPD will say, we are around Johannesburg. But the reality is, we need, if we know there's a problem in Jiku Lane, in Soshanguve, we need all our resources, we need all our resources to go there. So it's tough, but we'll win.
So it's about breaking out of the silos, Premier. But of course, I'm glad you're wearing the netball shirt, because sport is another huge one that draws people to the province. We just had the Spa Challenge netball, fabulous tournament. But also just looking at how netball is growing. What's happening with that arena? Do you know? The one the President promised at the closing of the Netball World Cup.
We're working with the team, but before that, let me thank them. You know, they gifted me this. And
you didn't buy it? No, you must still make the contribution.
Before you reply about the arena, can I just, in what I'm visualizing here, how times have changed. We have got the Premier wearing a netball shirt, and the two of us are wearing rugby shirts. I mean, how good is this? So, Premier, big ups to you.
Thank you so much.
Supporting the netball team. We love this.
We're in discussion. We have raised our hands as Gauteng that we're prepared to be the guinea pig for the arena because we really believe it's something that is exciting. And we said to the netball authorities that we want it outside. Everyone comes to Johannesburg here because there's FNB Stadium, there's Orlando Stadium. We need the netball arena to be outside so that when the traffic comes here, we can direct the traffic on the opposite side. So we are excited as a province. We are waiting for authorities to say, this is the structure, this is how you want it to look like, and we'll go to the market and raise the resources because we need big events. Big events push economy. Big events bring lots of people here, the hospitality industry, the retail industry, and many other things. So we just to reposition ourselves correctly as Gauteng, and we are willing to do that. But we want to go big on AI, to be quite frank. We want to be the first province to use artificial intelligence when apply for either electricity, water, or our website, and is interactive in those things. So we also want to bring an exhibition center that will be permanently here about AI. It's here, it has arrived, we have to embrace it and ensure that we do it within the law. So those are the ideas of we want to bring as Gauteng to ensure that Gauteng remain relevant, exciting, and attract many people to come here.
You know, Premier, my daughter asked me the other day, we were going to Rosebank and driving past the Joburg Zoo, and she asked me, are there animals in the zoo? You know, I laughed at the question, but
it's true.
And I asked her, why would you ask that? And she said, because friends of hers told her the last time they went to Pretoria Zoo, there were no animals.
Well,
so let's talk about these things, because we have the facilities. You've got the zoos, you've got the museums, you know, you've got, as you say, the heritage routes and all of those things. But are they actually fit for purpose to actually attract, first and foremost, the local residents, and then, of course, international?
Sakina, I'm said, you know, the price we've paid for dysfunctional local authorities, it's a huge price. I mean, we're grappling now with water because of old infrastructure. We're struggling with the issue of electricity. You are right. You know, the Pretoria Zoo and the Johannesburg Zoo, their state, it's so bad on the basis that local authorities preferred investment in things that will keep them running. So it's one area that we are willing to assist them. We've got a national department as well that said we will assist you to ensure that we resuscitate those investments. It saddens me. But there are still some animals, but not at the level when me and you used to visit those areas, and we need to restore that. It's very important.
I'm going to bring up the memory of the late Tito Mboweni here. And the reason I say this is because very recently I took a trip to Kigali, to Rwanda. First time I've ever gone there. And I was blown away. And I'll tell you why I was blown away. When I arrived in Kigali, it was clean, it was manicured, the roads were perfect, the infrastructure was mind-blowing. Buildings weren't falling apart. There were cranes everywhere of development, of building. And I arrived there and it was reminiscent of what Joburg used to be. And I do say that in a way that I'm craving those moments again, where people would arrive and say, man, I didn't know, this is amazing, this looks fantastic. When are we going to get there? Because, you know, that is, we've always been a beacon of hope and an unbelievable city in this continent, not only in the country. When are we going back there? We grapple with so many issues of broken infrastructure, buildings, windows, roads, you name it. The list just goes on and on. Traffic lights that don't work. And I'm talking Gauteng in general. How are we going to fix this?
Can I add another country on that list?
Go.
Go to Egypt.
Oh, yeah.
I've just returned from Egypt on the same mission to rectify what you are saying. They've built, I'm told, not less than 18 new cities. 18 new cities in 28 months. You turn around in Egypt, the cranes are up, new cities are up, everything is up. And we went to have an exchange program with them to come and assist us to solve the Johannesburg situation, because we want to rejuvenate Johannesburg. Unfortunately, after we came back from Egypt, we asked ourselves, do we rejuvenate or do we build a new Johannesburg? Completely. And set up a complete new Johannesburg just behind the main Johannesburg. So that's the debate that we're having. Their speed train, alone is the longest, I'm told, in the province. Who's the chief engineer? Is a young fellow from Ekurhuleni, 34-year-old. Wow. Is assisting them to put up a speed train. So the skill and the talent, it's there. Yeah. We just need to coordinate it as government. So in the next 4 years, we just have to change Johannesburg so that you can get lost yourself.
It's the will.
So it's the political will. I agree with you.
Do it.
And the combination of the investment that we need. So I know Kigali. That's why I'm addressing Memorial Service of Tito Mboweni later today. But I'm saying to you, go and see Egypt. And I saw the latest GDP statistics. We are number one as South Africa. But I can tell you, if we can't do drastic things that need to be done, Egypt is going to overtake us.
Here's a piece of free advice. Yeah. You will not fix anything until you fix law enforcement. That has to be your first port of call. You fix law enforcement, everything else will fall into place. And I'll tell you offline why that is the case. But your favorite spot in Gauteng.
Am I allowed to say seconded, Sakina? I seconded.
Thank you.
That is why we have to invest in law enforcement. Yes. Otherwise, we're not going to get... If people can vandalize, destroy and do as they wish, we are not going to resolve this thing. But I agree with you.
Favorite sport in Gauteng?
Sport? Yes. Soccer. I'm full-time here. And I'm going to Cape Town to watch Bafana. They're playing there. And I wish them the best of luck this afternoon. They're playing against Uganda, I think.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't matter anymore.
Win, so it doesn't matter, but it must prepare us for the African Nations tournament. So I'm soccer in and out.
And what else?
And now I've won netball.
Netball's won you over as well.
Yeah,
so sports. I mean, but what about in Joburg? Where do you go relax in Gauteng? Like what?
No, I'm going to Wanderers today. I'm going to Wanderers for the cricket.
Yeah, it's all sport. It's all sport.
He's
cricket, football. Tell you what, Premier of Gauteng Panyaza Lesufi.
The planetarium is the biggest thing, the biggest tourist area.
Do you promise us an invite?
We want to go.
I will. I think
you'll take us there.
But the most important thing, I'm challenging schools. They must take their kids there.
Cheers.
That's the best place to take our children there. But must also not forget the only street with Nobel Peace Prize winners.
Exactly.
All right.
As well. Yeah.
Premier, thank you so much. And of course, this is how we...
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
And this is how we, of course, launch our summer campaign here on Morninglive. And we're following the sun and making happy happen. And, of course, can't do it without the likes of Macdonald's, Sun International. You know, it's all going to happen.
And
thank you so much.
Oh, yes.
Show us the money. Show us the money.
Show us the money and whatever you want, we'll do it.
That's it.
Summer. Summer is back.
And so are we. Get ready for another exciting summer season as we explore some of South Africa's breathtaking destinations.
And embark on some of the most unforgettable experiences. From our vibrant cities, sun-soaked coastlines, majestic mountains, and thrilling wilderness.
Follow the sun with us here on Morninglive.
And make happy happen with Macdonald's from the 15th of November.
Let's celebrate the best of summer in South Africa.